Well, United won their game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. It was the early kickstarter today, and we saw Rashford really coming to the rescue of Manchester United. After that, return pass play from Bruno that resulted into an assist for Marcus Rashford. A little bit of physicality was involved as he really shielded off a defender of Wolverhampton Wanderers that wanted to really put him out of position to shoot in the back of the net, but Rashford won that battle and hit that ball at the back of the net. Scoring a second one, it struck off his hand, and that goal was really nullified by the VAR. Now, very many shocking results have happened. Newcastle have gone ahead to be They've drawn with Leeds, I think 0-0. Man City drawing 1-1. That is another boost for Manchester United. And let me show you how the Premier League table is trying to take shape before I really say hi to you that are really watching in the channel known as United Matters channel. Look at how the table is taking shape. Arsenal 46 points, Man City are having 36, Newcastle are having 34, meaning that if at all we play our game in hand and we win it, we are going to be at 35 points. We will be in the third position. It shows you how the table is trying to take shape. Then Tottenham is playing tomorrow. Liverpool is having 28 points, meaning that United is 4 points ahead of Liverpool. So let's wait and see how the table takes shape again. But as it stands, United is just 4 points behind Man City. It shows you that we are really closing down, and if at all we get backed, if at all Ten Hag gets backed in the January transfer window, we might see something special happen at the club of Manchester United, because the stretch at which we are at, we have gone very many games unbeaten. We are last beaten in the game of Man City. So we are last beaten in the game of Aston Villa by 3 goals to 1 away. Then we went ahead to win against Aston Villa again, the Carabao Cup. We won against Fulham. Then we've won against Nottingham, Burnley, and here we go. We've won against a team known as Wolverhampton Wanderers. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment, and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. For the very first time this season, we have really put ourselves into the 4th position of the Premier League. We had never clinched that position ever since the season started. Remember, we started it off on a very bad note, losing to teams like Brighton and Brentford. Then we went ahead to get a very good win against Liverpool. Until then, the rest is history, and we've closed down very well. Top 4 is the place to be, and let's get into the player ratings as the game really went in through. United played very well, according to me, because this side, known as Wolves, has not been a very easy visit for United. If at all you've been watching us, it's rare to ever think of a game where we won Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux with a goal difference of more than 1. We've always won by 1 goal, and for the 3rd consecutive time, we've gone ahead to win by 1 goal by a difference of 1 goal. So the other, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he won 2 games at Molineux. Now, Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to win 1 there. Ralf Rangnick was beaten at Old Trafford by 1 goal to 0. And let's get into the player ratings. David De Gea came in through and really made some 2 good saves that really put us into the position of winning. And he is really one of the best goalkeepers I've seen in the world, and is improving a lot on his ball distribution. And this was his game by numbers. He played 90 minutes, 24 touches, 7 recoveries, 3 saves, and 2 great saves. That is David De Gea. Obviously, if he doesn't do those 2 saves, United is finding itself in a 1-goal down situation or a draw situation. How? The first free kick save he makes, it comes in through from Ruben Neves before Rashford puts United ahead. He puts that into the corner. After Rashford scores a goal, he makes a very brilliant save in the 90th minute that keeps United with a lead of 1-0. That is how beautiful that was. And I'm giving him a rating of 8 out of 10. He is the match winner. To me, he's the match winner for United, because he really had loads of things to do in the second half other than the first half. The first half, he never even took a dive, no shot directed at him. He was really okay with everything, and Wolverhampton has never really troubled him. But in the second half, when it mattered a lot, he came in through and did the needful for a team known as Manchester United. Let's go to the man called Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I believe he's improving a lot. Even that second goal that Rashford scored, and it was nullified because the ball first struck the hand of Rashford before it went back of the net. It was Aaron Wan-Bissaka's assist. It shows you that Bissaka is improving and his concentration in the final third is improving. So I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. He played very well according to me. He closed down that area very well. He was not exposed defensively, and offensively he's improving and improving. That is Bissaka for you. And I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Let's go to Tyrell Malacia, the left back. I think he did all what he had to do. Very much good defensively. In the offensive side, he really looked great. Came in for some crosses that were really exciting, and I believe he kept that position tight. And the Huang guy couldn't go past him, and with him collaborating with Luke Shaw, they really put him to the levels of really silencing that side of of Wolverhampton Wanderers. His game by numbers, he played 90 minutes, 75 touches, 41 out of 48 accurate passes, accumulating a percentage of 85%, 5 passes into the final third, 7 clearances, 2 interceptions, 11 recoveries. That is Tyrell Malacia for you, and I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10 according to his performance he put up today on the field of play at Molineux. And then let's go to Luke Shaw, the other central defender. He put in a very good effort. For the second time, he has kept a clean sheet for United. He has played very well. Looks like a partner of Varane for a very long time, like they've been playing together for ages, yet it's their second time to play into the central defense together, but a clean sheet has kept. He came in through and stood in very well for Lisandro Martinez, and I believe Lisandro Martinez is going to return in the game of Bournemouth when you're playing them. I think, is it next week? Yeah, I think next week on 3rd or 2nd. That's when we are playing again in the Premier League. So this was Luke Shaw's game by numbers, as brought to us by Stateman Dave. 85% pass accuracy, 81 touches, 5 long balls completed, 2 out of 3 ground duels, 1 2 interceptions, 1 cross completed, 1 clearance, 1 block. And this one block was really a shot from Ruben Neves that would have formed itself in the back of the net in the first half. He did a very good block, and that went into the corner for Wolverhampton Wanderers. 1 clean sheet. Obviously, another good performance out of position, because he's not a player that plays as a left back, that plays as a central defender. He plays as a left back for United, and I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. He really played very well, and he deserves a 7.5 out of 10. Let's go to Raphael Varane, Rolls-Royce Varane. He played very well, commanded that defense. He was everywhere when he was needed, and obviously coming in back fully fit from the World Cup. This time around, he played 90 minutes apart. He played 20 minutes more than he played in the game of Burnley. That shows you how good this guy has gone ahead to become as a very good player at this juncture when we needed him. That is a player called Raphael Varane. I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. Him and Luke Shaw keeping a clean sheet for the second game in a row in the Premier League. Why not come out and really hail them? Because they deserve it, because they've done hard for it. 7.5 for me for Raphael Varane. Let's go to Casemiro. Doing a very good block, a tackle that costed him to get a yellow card. Very much called for. Reason being, if he doesn't do that, Podence is in a 2v1 situation against Raphael Varane only. That really exposes Raphael Varane to a situation of really ruining our game. And remember, by then, we had not even scored a goal, and that called for a free kick of Ruben Neves that David De Gea saved. But that tackle was really great, and it was a professional foul that got him a professional card. He played very well. He controlled the midfield. He dictated play. He was calm, the composure, because when you're having a player of an experience of Casemiro, he knows that anytime we can really find a line-breaking pass through the lanes of the team of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And obviously, finally, we found it and we scored. So he played very well, and he kept discipline in that central defense midfield, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. That is what I'm giving Casemiro. Let's go to Eriksson. A little bit average, worrying. Without the ball, he doesn't really win lots of the tackles. He helps us with the ball, but in the physical bit of it, he doesn't really show up. That's why the manager took him off and brought on Freddie. So I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 because our visit to Molineux has always not been beautiful. So I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. And by the way, all games we've played away this season, none of those games have been easy. None of those games have been easy. I believe the best game we played away was against Chelsea. We had a chance to go on and win that game in the first half, close to score 3 goals. Rashford didn't finish. Anthony missed out. Rashford missed out on like 2 sitters in the first half. So it shows you how we are, how good we were against Chelsea. But these other teams, I don't know why you've lost momentum and we are not yet back there. But I'm giving Eriksen a 6 out of 10. Let's go to Bruno Fernandes Borges, putting in an assist for the game. Obviously creating... Oh, I had not shown you Casemiro's game by numbers. Sorry about it. Casemiro's game by numbers is also a variable here. He played 90 minutes, 74 touches, 43 out of 50 touches, accumulating an 80% passing accuracy, 7 passes into the final third, 2 out of 4 tackles won, accumulating a 50% percentage, 10 recoveries, 10 duels won, ground and aerial, 4. He was forward 4 times. That is Casemiro. So I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 into this game of football. Let's go to Bruno Fernandes, the Portuguese Magnificio. Oh, the Portuguese egg. Now, for him, he really had a very good game according to me. He did what he had to do. In the first half, towards the end of the first half, he really dummies Ruben Neves and really sends that ball to Garnacho. Garnacho cuts inside on his left, chips the ball to find Anton Martial. Martial misses out on the header. That would have been a goal that would have put us ahead towards the end of the first half. That was the first time Bruno was really lively. And then he went through to find Marcus Rashford with that assist to get in that goal that really went in beautifully to make it 1-0 for United. So he came up with an assist today, and this was his game by numbers. 85% passing accuracy, 68 touches, 4 key passes, 4 ground duels won, 3 long balls completed, 1 assist by the Bruno man, and is the creator. 7 out of 10 for me. 7 out of 10 for me. Let's go to Anthony. I believe today he played a little bit of a game that was so much better, was a little bit more decisive in the final third, and he needs to go on and really improve onto that. He played close to 90 minutes today, and the manager took him off when they had added 5 minutes to bring on Anthony Elanga. That is Anthony. He played very well and gave United the best of him. He went in for a curling effort that saw Luke Shaw really miss out onto the ball because it was really headed by Semedo. But if at all Semedo never interfered with that ball at the back post, it would have gone through. This is what I'm calling for Anthony. I want to see him going for those back post crosses, all far post crosses, because they are really great and deadly. And if at all you're having people running into that far post, obviously you find yourself winning that game of football. Then, the way he tracks back, he really helped United when Ruben Neves beat the high line of United, and that ball found, was it Podence? And he came in through and really put in a tackle that really disorganized, all disabled that attack that looked like a counter-attack after beating the high line. So I believe had a very decent game. 6.5 for me. That's the rating I'm giving Anthony. Then we go to Alejandro Garnacho, missing out on a chance but creating another one that Martial really missed out. Very much 45 minutes played. He really looked bright and lovely. I think he has to work on his physicality, because I think the physicality really is really troubling his game a lot. If Rashford was in the first half and started that game of football, United would have gone ahead to register success immediately in the first half, because there is a ball that Martial passed and released Garnacho. If at all it was Rashford, he would have really managed that battle, the physical battle they put on Garnacho, to find a right pass for Martial, who had really made a very good follow-up run in the 18 yards box area of Wolves, all really hit the back of the net. But he really looked weak, but I believe he's going to strengthen, and I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Alejandro Garnacho, 45 minutes played. He really had one of the games that he's going to go out and sit down and know, all right, however much I missed out on a sitter that was gifted to me by Semedo, I can do better. But he needs to go out and improve onto that. This is the second sitter he's getting in the previous 3 games we played ever since the World Cup really returned. and is not batting at the back of the net, meaning that something is lacking into his finishing. And I know Ben McCarthy, the forward coach of United, is going to improve and work onto that, as going to have to improve Marcus Rashford. That is Alejandro Garnacho. Let's go to Anthony Martial. I believe he had a chance to put us ahead in the first half that he really missed out on a header. I don't know how he even missed it out, because he was really ready, steady to knock in the back of the net, but obviously it never went in, and we missed out on that. But he had a very good inclusive play even in the first half. There is the way he released, there is the time he released Anthony and Bruno a lot. He even gave Bruno a pass in the 6 yards area of Wolverhampton Wanderers before he even scored. So he really had a very good game according to me. And I don't blame him in very many aspects, because he's just returning from injury. He has not been like Rashford. Rashford has played close to 23 games this season. Martial has just played his 7th game. And if you have to count the games of football, has played close to 60, 70 minutes. He first played 60, 70 minutes in the game of Aston Villa Carabao Cup. He came in and played 78 minutes against Fulham. That was a 2. He played 70 minutes against Burnley. Those are 3 games. Then he played close to 70. He played 62 minutes against Nottingham. Those are 4. And this has been the 5th game of him starting. I think he just needs to be playing game in, game out to find his scoring touch. But the good thing is that the stats are really on his side, because he has 4 goals and some 3 assists in the entire 7 games that's going to have to play. So he's still into that reach of really firing in goals. You see, even Rashford, he has just scored 6 goals in the Premier League. Martial has 3. So it shows you how good this guy has been. So we just can't wait for him to get back to the levels we want him to be. But our prayers, our fingers keep crossed for him not to get an injury. That is Anthony Martial. Then my rating, I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for me. Then let's go to the substitutes. Marcus Rashford coming off the bench and scoring for United. Obviously, he has gone ahead to score in his 3rd consecutive game of United ever since we returned from the World Cup break. He scored against Burnley, a beautiful one, solo effort goal. He scored against Nottingham and created 1. And today he has scored a goal, meaning that in the last 3 games, he has 4 goal involvements. That is Marcus Rashford for you. He had even gotten himself a second, but that hand denied him because the ball struck on it before it crossed the line. So that goal was denied for him. That is Marcus Rashford, obviously coming in and really making a statement that he really slept and arrived late for the pre-match meeting and preview by Erik ten Hag. That's why he started off the bench, but he has gone ahead to score and apologize to the team. Now, Marcus Rashford game by numbers versus Wolves, 93% passing accuracy, 45 minutes played, 23 touches, 2 shots on target, 1 yellow card, 1 dribble completed, and 1 goal. Obviously, a disciplined finish by Rashford to put United into the 4th position. He's really firing in goals. Erik ten Hag is tipping him to score 20 goals in the Premier League only, not a season, in the Premier League only. He has 6 now, 14 to go. Let's wait and see how that is going to happen between Rashford and Erik ten Hag. Now, I'm giving him 8 out of 10 as I gave David De Gea. They both deserve an 8 out of 10 because they're the match winners of the day, and the match winning and the man of the match is going to be in between those two, David De Gea and Rashford. Let's go to this other Freddie coming in through. Fred Rodriguez came in through, played very well. 6 out of 10 for me. He really put on more intensity in the midfield because Eriksen couldn't win the physicality battle, and the way he could chase down these players was not enough. Fred comes in through, he does the needful, we win the midfield back, and obviously we started to attack a lot into the final third of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Then I'm giving Freddie a 6 out of 10. There comes a player called Danny Van Beek, a 6 out of 10 for me. Looked great, getting back to where he's supposed to be. His passing is really back. I like the way he really receives the ball. His intensity and work rate are really important. And for the previous 2 games, against Nottingham and against Wolves, he has really looked pretty good, and I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Then Anthony Elanga, he just played like seconds in this game, 6 out of 10. Maguire, 6 out of 10, comes in through, wins some headers. That's the reason that's why he was brought into to save that corner, and obviously gone ahead to do that. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. My man of the match is obviously David De Gea. People will say Rashford, others will vote Rashford, but for me, I'm going to vote David De Gea because he deserves it. He deserves that. He's really a very good player that saved us. Rashford also deserves it, but I believe, to me, I'm giving it to David De Gea. Pulled out quite some good saves that really put us into the game. Because even when Rashford scores that goal, if he doesn't make that save in the 90th minute corner, then you won't see it. You won't see this result. So good for Rashford to score, but I'm giving my man of the match to David De Gea. Then going to the manager, Ten Hag, 7.5 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching in through. Those have been the player ratings. Rock and David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. If at all we happen to really come back and really do another story, because it's late. But Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. May the Almighty Lord grant you with what you want. Let all the things that have been really holding you back be locked in 2022, and as 2023 ushers in, let the good things that happen to you in 2022 go with you in 2023. And obviously, may God bless you abundantly and make you the person you want to be. I sign out for now. See you later.